What's going on, family? Welcome back to Israel's Movie Reviews. And today we're going to be discussing 2016's Doctor Strange as we continue in this MCU universe chronological order reviews. And we're going to talk about Doctor Strange now, and we're going to get straight into it. This movie was visually stunning. This visually was something that I haven't seen since about 2010-11 when I saw Inception. It gave me those kind of vibes. Graphically, this movie was awesome. Scott Derrickson directed this film, and I think he did a flawless job. And I'm going to start off by saying Doctor Strange is not a perfect film, but to me it was thoroughly enjoyable and is one of Marvel's best. I'm going to flat out and say that right now. You know, let's begin with the things that, from a personal opinion, didn't quite work for me. I'm not going to say they're negatives. They're just little nitpicks. And we're going to start off with Rachel Adams. I feel like she does a good job. And she does a really good job with what she has, what was written for her. But the character was underused and underwritten. In my point of view, her screen time, while essential, was not large, and her development was sketchy at best. I feel like she could have been a full-fledged character in this, and you don't get much of that in this film. And, you know, she does play the love interest to Stephen Strange, and I found it strange that they didn't give her more insight to her life. Strange, his mastering magic, I feel like it happens too fast. I couldn't buy how rushed that aspect was. I wish they would have took a little more time on that aspect. While there were a lot of fun and witty moments, there were a few jokes that felt random and out of place, like that Beyonce joke in the film. I enjoyed it, but you know, it's just a nitpick. However, the cast, to me, in this film, was a major asset to the film. I had reservations about McAdams' character, but not with her performance. Benedict Cumberbatch really makes this interesting transformation into this title role, this title character who wasn't really known, you know, ever on film. You know, he's definitely a major player in the comics, but we never got to see him on screen. And I think Benedict Cumberbatch was casted perfectly in this. His character, he makes it his own, and he knocks it out the park by a long shot. The standout of the rest of the film, to me, was Tilda Swinton, who's wonderfully mysterious as the film's most interesting character, and she plays the great one. And, you know, she plays it with this relish. You know, she relishes about it, which I enjoy when somebody dives into a role and they actually enjoy their character. Chiwetel Ejiofor, who's an awesome actor. He's been in so many things. He has this charismatic charm, although he has this intensity as well. That's what I love about him. He plays a key role in this film, and maybe going forward, you know, without spoiling things, he was a catalyst in this film. And Benedict Wong, who plays Wong, has a fun and enjoyable relationship with Doctor Strange. I love to see him on screen with Benedict Cumberbatch. They have such a great chemistry. And you definitely look forward to see them in the future together in film. Do think that the villain, played by Mads Mikkelsen, could have been explored a little more in depth, but Mads Mikkelsen is intriguingly menacing. He is definitely one of Marvel's best villains by far. The story, making the most of a great, innovative concept, is never dull and is told with an absorbing atmosphere and exuberance, and very rarely sacrifices the coherence or credibility of the film. There are some really interesting ideas here, which they do explore with thought-provoking intelligence different action sequences that excite and thrill you at the same time, as well as being visually stunning, man. Sorry. Instead of being... Whoa, I always got like this choked up when with these films. And the action excites and thrills and is visually stunning, like I said. Instead of being drawn out, even though quite long, the climax is great and fun to watch. Or at least it was to me. Even though it could be a little repetitive at some times. You know, Doctor Strange's script has emotion, wit, there's tension involved. And though he doesn't have the character growth one would like, Strange's a well-realized character. And Cumberbatch has a lot to thank for that. You know, you have a doctor, you have Strange, who was a doctor, who was a surgeon, and he has this accident, and he can no longer use his hands. You know, tries medicine, no medicine in the world can help him out. So he goes to this basically place, this enclave, and he tries to get that back. And although he becomes this master, he can never do that again. He can never be a surgeon. And the way they utilize him in the story and the way they made it seem, because of the arrogance and his selfish ways, they do teach him lessons as he does become the master sorcerer. And I just like the way they go in the direction, and I just wish there was a little more backstory. Even though they do dive in and give you a good backstory, but I wanted a little more selfishly, right? And we got to speak about the music, man. The music score has great intensity. It has this rousing excitement about it, and it's utilized in one of the best ways throughout the film. And the nuance, and Scott Derrickson clearly engaged hugely with this material. Scott Derrickson is such a great director in this film. Not only he utilizes certain techniques, the way he uses every frame is just incredible, you know? Without these guys even saying a word, it's just a masterpiece. You know, where Doctor Strange is particularly good at is the production values, obviously. It's very stylistically shot and edited and handsomely mounted in production, in the design. But it's incredible with the special effects. The special effects out here are second to none. Like I was saying before, it brought me back to those Inception details. If you go back to that film, I believe 2010, 11, we will be getting a review on that. You do see Leonardo DiCaprio in that film go through what he goes through. And not to compare it with this film, but just the graphics alone, them fighting on the buildings, and the glass breaking and then falling into another dimension. I thought that was so beautifully shot. I don't know how they do that, but it's jaw-dropping. Very, very stylishly. I love the way it's special effects in this, just, you know, bar none, you know, and they take center stage. And for a Doctor Strange film, a standalone film, it had to take stage. There's nothing else I could say about that, you know, but overall, I believe it could have been close to a masterpiece, but not quite finding it yet. The filmmaking, outstanding. Having a few problems with Doctor Strange, like I mentioned, was really nothing. Like I said, they were nitpicks. But this movie was a thoroughly enjoyable film, and one amongst Marvel's best films. I gave this movie simply an 8.5 out of 10. It could have strongly been almost 10, but you know, it does have its flaws here and there. Nothing too dramatic, but you definitely got to go check out this film. Let me know what you think on the Discord. And if you liked this film, man, give me a thumbs up. Hit that like button. Hit that notification bell. Share this with a loved one. Share this with a friend. And if you want more content from me, all you have to do is subscribe as we continue this MCU universe chronological order timeline. And I look forward to seeing you guys in the next ones. To the next one. Peace.